Hey, it's Troy. So look, dominance is the most important part of your game. Okay, very important. Dominance is the most important part of your strategy for dating dynamics. Now, guys will say, well, that's nonsense. Don't be ridiculous. It's all about looks. It's all about money. It's all about status, etc., etc. In fact, that's not the case, right? And here's why. You can be a multimillionaire. You could be a billionaire. You could be a tech billionaire, okay? And if you are in a venue and all else being equal, and there are guys around you who display more dominance in the social hierarchy, then you, my friends, will be ignored. Imagine turning up like wearing like that Bill Gates jumper and the shirt underneath the jumper, and you look kind of diffident and shy, and you're not really projecting your personality in any sort of sense. Then I'm afraid to say that you will be cruelly disregarded in the social hierarchy, and you will likely go home alone. Okay, so dominance is key. That's to say all other things being equal. Now, of course, if you've got all of it, if you've got the dominance, but you've also got the looks and the height and the bank account and everything else, then sure, that's even better. I'm not saying those things are bad. I'm just saying that all else being equal, what's really going to move you over the line is that sense of social dominance. And that dominance has to be apparent both in terms of your dealings with the women in the venue or the women surrounding you, but also the other guys as well. So are you a guy who can inspire and indeed lead other guys? Of course, you're not going to just demonstrate that in a 5-minute interaction in a nightclub, but you've got to have that appearance about you, right? Are you somebody who other people listen to? Are you somebody who can take control? Are you somebody who can get what he wants? Okay, and again, the more imposing you are, and imposing isn't just about being big, by the way. It's about being forceful. It's about being somebody who doesn't take any crap. It's about being somebody who is loud, somebody who's not afraid to take up space in the venue, somebody who is, clearly out for himself and very focused and brings people with him. You are the kind of guy who has a vision, and you are the kind of guy who inspires that vision in the people around you, okay? That is the thing that is going to make you attractive, quote unquote, okay? There are plenty of dudes who have a lot of money, and there are plenty of those dudes who are not successful in this field because they just kind of come across as wishy-washy. They just kind of come across as not really having anything about them, okay? Here's what you have to remember, right? As much as we live in this very sophisticated society where we've all got iPhones and we've got Apple Watches and people are on Instagram and it all feels very modern. The truth of the matter is that human behavior hasn't changed significantly in the last 200,000 years. And what that really means is that the cues that are found attractive by women or the women-seeking men are very, very fundamental, almost primeval cues. And those are things like dominance, things like strength, okay? The ability to subjugate others, okay? If you have that ability to subjugate others, you will be seen as king, right? You will be seen as the most powerful guy in the room, and you will have this magnetic power of attraction about you, okay? It's just the way it is. And just because some dude who, is an estate agent and had a good year and bought a Rolex last year, is standing next to you at the bar with his like Ralph Lauren shirt on and his Rolex, you think that that's going to count above you? Of course it isn't. Don't be ridiculous, right? Because that may tick a box on a very societal, sort of superficial level, but that's not ticking the box on the gut, primal, instinctual level, the subconscious level, the level of the id, okay? And this is where you want to be. This is your target, okay, is the id. You are not talking to the woman who you're interacting with. You're not talking to her forebrain. You are talking to her hindbrain. You are communicating with her animalistic self, right? And when you do that, the way that you communicate is through showing social dominance, okay? It's very simple. But go out to a nightclub. Well, obviously, probably can't at the moment. But when this is finished, go out to a nightclub, go out to a bar, and observe the people around you. And what you will see is that the guys who are most socially dominant are the guys who are monopolizing the attention of the room. And that's where you want to be, right? It's not about having fancy clothes. It's not about having the money. It's not even about having the Lambo parked outside. Yes, those things might help, but it's not solely about that. It's about displaying that social dominance. Now, how you do that is that you get the mindset right. You get the mindset tools down. And that's actually what I teach in CAD Academy. Now, it's closed for enrollments at the moment, but we're starting the webinars up next week. A lot of what I talk about in that course is this thing about how to be socially dominant, particularly if you're the kind of guy who isn't naturally like that, particularly if you're a bit introverted, a little bit shy, a little bit self-effacing, right? So it's really, really important. And I'm going to be going into this in more detail in future content. So do stay tuned. Please, if you haven't already, do subscribe to this channel. It really helps me to spread the word, to grow the audience, so I can keep putting out the free content. And if you want to support my work, and if you want to find out more about my take on all of this stuff, then get Renegade Dating Blueprint, which is my collection of 11 books on dating, game, the dating marketplace, etc., etc. And I will see you again very soon. Bye-bye.